This afternoon we're going to take a look at a replacement drive shaft for the front of a GM truck. Say it's a 2005. I don't know exactly what it is, but they're pretty typical for a number of years. So this one was an interweb buy, supplied to my customer, his plow truck, for his plow truck by a third party, I think. Anyways, it showed up, it was too long, wouldn't take it back, same old story. And so could I shorten it? So I did. So basically, that part is golden. That's an angle of turn up. That's about 2,700 RPM. 0 at the rear axle, 0 at the transfer case. So we're happy with that. It's 2.5 inches shorter than it was before, and there's the broken one over there in the vise. So we pieced it back together, him and I, and that's we came up with a running length of I believe it was 25 or 27 and a half. I gotta look at my notes, but I did shorten it the correct amount. So now we're gonna take a close look at this. So the drive shaft's gonna run happy. This is just, I'm gonna gonna show people. This is the unseen stuff that doesn't get talked about. Close enough, no, it doesn't matter, they're all the same. Well, yeah, if you see one drive shaft once in a while, you'd think that, but this is the stuff. My analogy for what I'm going to try and show you, and I hope it makes sense, is like, how a story gets retold by many different people, and the story always changes a little bit, and pretty soon it isn't really even the same story. Well, this is kind of like that, where it's no secret that many places offshore copy parts and they make stuff, and I'm sure this was cheap to buy, but now we're getting to the point where they're copying stuff, but when they're copying stuff, they don't know what to copy and what not to copy, or just get it so it works kind of situation, or I don't know what I'm trying to say. Buyer beware, definitely. But you wouldn't know. That's the hell of it. It's just like, so we're pretty far into this. This thing's going to work, and it's going to do what he needs to do. But I'm going to try and show what I'm talking about. So in the process of doing this, let me explain here. GM trucks have always been, that style drive shaft has always been mechanics 3R. That's this U-joint right here, internal clip. There it is. There's the remnants of what got torn off here. They happen to be 1.1 cap, and they're 3 5/8 across, outside of cap to outside of cap. All right, so there's another U-joint that exists, which is 13/30, but it's 1.16 cap, 3 5/8, same thing. It's the same length across the cross, but the cap is smaller, 1.16. This is predominantly, if build drive shafts like I do, and like some of my buddies, if you say 13/30, you think predominantly of Ford. These are used not exclusively in Ford products, but majority of the time, yes, they're in Ford products. Same as this. Mechanics 3R is almost totally GM. Okay, so we got that. So these are 1.16. These are 1.1 internal clip. These are external clips. So the clips go in these grooves right there. This is a 13/30 well joke. 1.16 holes. It fits that U-joint. These are 1.1 cap. Same diameter, the same width. 3 5/8. Clip to clip is 3 5/8. But these are 1.16, and these are the only well jokes that existed up till now, apparently. So what they've done is they've copied that U-joint series, but they made the caps 1.1 for who knows what reason. I don't know why. Maybe because the yoke that it needed to go into was 1.1 and they didn't know the difference. So what you got going on here is well jokes that didn't exist before. I mean, we looked, and there's some Aggie well jokes that are the same diameter and they're external clips, but they're not the right width. So that rules that out, and the Aggie yokes look different anyway. So this isn't accidental. This is pretty much, it had to been made this way. Not only that, but they created a splined yoke shaft, which is a forged piece. I mean, that's not totally screwed up, but This is going to work as long as it works with the cheap Chinesium U-joints that are filled with fish egg grease. But, you know, down the road, something's going to happen with that, and there's going to be more problems and more time wasted because, you know, really isn't anything to service it with. And it's just like, it's like the answer to a question that nobody asked. Or, I don't know, you decide. Answer to a question nobody asked, or nobody cares. I mean, I care. It's definitely a buyer beware thing. I'm trying to say, you know, I'm putting this out there because, you know, nobody cares about doing these jobs the right way more than your local drive shaft guy like me, and, you know, like Wims Brothers in Portland, and, you know, that we're local guys. We want you to have good stuff. So, you know, the cost, you know, cost is one thing. I don't know. It's just one of those things where I hate seeing this because my customer is stuck with this thing now. So, hope that made some sense, and I guess the saying for the day is buyer beware.